Hey there guys, it's Brandon here, and today we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Dino Charge Ammonite and Deinosuchus Zord. These two are extra Zords. They were not in the TV show. These guys were exclusive to the toy line, which isn't too uncommon. Power Rangers has done this before. Though Dino Charge was the first one I remember doing it with some semi-regularity, because there were 4 different Zords that never appeared in the TV show. And I forgot to take this out, but yeah. Now, I only have 2 of them. I did not get the Oviraptor or Archelon Zord when these guys were still out. So, unfortunately, I do not have those. I am missing 2 Zords from the series, but I'm not too broken up about it because I got all the ones that appeared in the show. So, I don't feel too bad. Either way. Now, you'll notice the Ammonite Zord is not the right color. This is the repainted version. That's because I couldn't find the original. The original was, well, if I show off the charger, and it is Zord 20, because this is the 20th charger. There were a number of other chargers for this series that did not have Zords associated with them, but for 2 of them, Bandai decided to make new toys for them. For 4 of these guys, actually. Not 2. These 2 were the only ones I own, so. But you'll notice that one was more of a seafoam greenish, but I couldn't find the original green version. Hasbro did release a repaint of a lot of the earlier Zords, like there was a red Raptor, a green Parasaurolophus, a whole set of repaints of the Dino Charge Megazord where this guy was green and the 2 weapon Zords were black. And the Deinosuchus Zord also got a repaint, but this is the original version. So I'm going to start off with the Ammonite, because this is, if I remember correctly, this is the first one that got released. It's not too bad looking, it's very unusual, but not terrible. Now, his charger's gimmick, which I already showed off the charger, is pretty weird, because one thing you're going to want to do is flip this little thing back down here back, and then what's supposed to happen is that's supposed to cause this wheel back here to pop out and, like, roll. It's supposed to pop out, and it doesn't roll very far, but it does roll. But on mine, either the gimmick is broken, or it's just so old that it can't do it anymore. One interesting thing, though, is that there's actually a handle you can pop down back here and attach the wheel like this. Like it's a... I always think of this as like a Gatling gun. It kind of reminds me of Megatron's gun from Transformers Cybertron. I don't know if any of you here have actually seen that show, but it does remind me of that. But, yeah. This is not too bad looking, the Ammonite Zord, though it's very, very weird looking, and it's a very unusual weapon. The Deinosuchus Zord is, I mentioned in the Raptor and Parazord video that there was a 3rd type of weapon Zord that only got released for the toys. This is that 3rd type. It's the ones that split in half. Now his charger is actually in his mouth, because lo and behold, he can actually hold it in there without needing to have the mouth open. He is Zord 12. And this kind of bugs me, but every single time I see a Deinosuchus in anything, it always ends up looking more like a Sarcosuchus. It's really notable on the charger. That looks like a Sarcosuchus to me and not a Deinosuchus, but most people probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, so not like it really matters. Pop that in, and his weapon is that. Will pop out of his back. He has a 2nd jaw. Of course, you can actually just push that back in. That's not spring-loaded or anything. It won't stay back. But this is just kind of his weapon mode. I do like these little spikes on the back, which will become the teeth on the 2nd mouth, are like the scoots on the gator, because Deinosuchus is an alligator. He also has another gimmick where if you roll him around, his mouth will open and close. It's not terribly intuitive, especially because of the fact that I actually thought I broke this guy a couple times, because I will get him in a position where his mouth is stuck open, and I think that I can't close it for some reason. Now, the way you get this guy in his weapon mode is one of 2 ways. Either you can have him like this, and this little porthole in his belly is... And I'm going to get the Dino Charge Megazord out for this. I'm sorry, this is going to be very, very difficult to get on. You can have him like this, like the whole Zord is just attached. But that just looks silly. That just looks really, really silly. So we're going to pop that off. The Ammonite Zord also has a porthole in his belly, so you can do that too. But with the Ammonite Zord, you can just attach him more normally. I tend to attach him like this with the Gatling gun pointed out because that actually looks more intimidating than just a wheel. And I'm going to take the Raptor Zord off just because, I don't know, I feel like the Ammonite Zord should go in this arm. Of course, this one didn't appear in the show, so it's not like I'm bound by show accuracy, but overall, he doesn't look too bad in that mode, but he is kind of eh. And I'm not going to let the Dino Charge Megazord suffer through yet another Zord combination. I'm going to let him take a break. Instead, I'm going to get out our good friend, the Terra Charge Megazord, because I remember when I did the last one that I actually combined him with the Weapon Zords incorrectly. You're not supposed to take these off, because these can just flip up to form wings. Now, with the Deinosuchus Zord, what you can do is split him in half, and this is where we get to a problem. This is the reason why I don't tend to split this guy in half very much, is these pegs back here. They're very, how do I put it, interesting. You have to actually, for some reason, you have to pull them out. To get them to connect, which is the main reason why I tend to not connect him, because these guys are very difficult to get out. He is supposed to split apart, and, oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. You just rotate those down enough and you get a set of clips, which you are, well, you're supposed to be able to stick them into any weapon slot, but unfortunately, because of the way this is designed, they tend to fall back in. And as a result, I'm just going to take the whole arm off and see if I can get these on. I'm sorry that I'm showing this off, that I'm not showing this on camera, but really this is just annoying me because this is a really bad design. Ah, got him. Got him in, actually. I just realized I have this guy on the wrong way. Fuck. Eventually, like 7 years later, when you finally get this back in, the other one just fits on just fine, because this one just has the regular clips. It doesn't have those folding out ones. And, this is how the Deinosuchus Zord in its weapon mode looks, and it's kind of silly looking, I'm not going to lie, just because the bright orange admittedly doesn't really work that well with the gold of the Terra Charge Megazord, but I didn't want to have to disconnect everything from the Dino Charge Megazord, so I just did it like this. It's not a very good combination, if only because of the fact that getting those clips out is kind of annoying, and getting them to actually connect is a little bit bad. So of the two, the Deinosuchus Zord is, in its combined mode, it's the worst one, because it's just really difficult to get in. I don't know how the Archelon Zord, which is the other splitting in half one, would work, but I hope they would have perfected it by then. But overall, these two aren't that bad. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.